What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We're down here to talk about the Real Housewives of New York City. I watched it last night. I watched it late last night. I did not take any notes. I just watched it because I don't really think... Hold on. Oh, sorry. It's my son's little friend. She's texting him, asking him why is he there so early. Okay, let me tell y'all, before we start talking about Real Housewives of New York, let me just share some, my son, he started high school yesterday. Okay, that's his little friend. She was like, why is he there so early? Yeah, he wanted to get to school. He wanted to get to school early because yesterday it was so long, and he got there like 3 minutes before school started. Even though the teachers are, understanding to kids arriving late and stuff like that, they told them they're going to give them a week to get their shit together. So he was like, Mom, can we leave at 6:30? I was like, 6:30? School doesn't start till 7:30, and you literally live 3 miles from the school. What? So I drove him to school. He's out there, and then I guess he told his friend that he was there, and so she's texting him back. But I'm like, girl, he's already at the school waiting for y'all. That house is so cute. I love little small cottage type houses, like with a little character. I love it. Anyways, Real Housewives, yeah, so he's super early, super excited, super early. Real Housewives of New York City. Now, let's just start with the things that are really, Ebony found her father. The lady found the father. That was like right at the end. Found her father, so we're going to see how that develops. Great. Kudos. Yay for Ebony. They start off where they left off at the party. At the party. Baby, it was a party. It was Shabbat, so it was a mess. It was so embarrassing. They couldn't get the things together. Ramona was in the kitchen trying to get something to eat. It was just what Ramona does is like, she's uncomfortable. So when she's uncomfortable, she creates a way to deflect from her. But it's not a deflection because the attention is still on her. It's a deflection from what we are discussing. So the topic comes up. Ramona freaks out and gets up, goes to the bathroom, goes get something to drink. She's hungry all of a sudden. She's tired all of a sudden. All of these excuses to avoid the topic at hand, but still keep the attention on you because you're feeling, all of a sudden, you're having these feelings of discomfort, whether it be you have to use the bathroom, or you are not feeling well, or you're hungry, or all of this stuff. And it's like, you know what? If you ever wanted a lesson on white woman cultural behavior, look at Ramona Singer. She really did however you feel about like the epitome of Karen, like she is embodying that in that. I was just like listening to her. Every single thing she did was indicative of a person who practices racism, who has no idea of what's going on, who wants to live in this ignorant, blissful environment. I don't know. It was so weird the way Ramona was acting. And it was like, Ebony, she was, trying to talk. Leah was like, girl, I'm out of here. I don't have time to deal with this. Leah got off the phone. Then Sonia goes off because Sonia was already emotional, but Sonia was on this. There are things out here that are bigger than you. There are causes out here that you need to give more to. What do? Like, she was so emotional and drunk. Like, so we're not going to get away. Sonia does the same shit. She takes the attention, but Sonia does too. I don't know. It's like the same but different what Sonia and Ramona are doing. She's as equally as obnoxious and out of order as Ramona. And she's adding to the chaos. She's not trying to bring order, right? Ebony wasn't even trying to bring order. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Ebony was just sitting there like, I really can't. I mean, and what can you do except for say, pull it together. Get your shit together and stop acting like this. And I think that's the problem. It's almost like you got to slap her. And I'm not saying to slap Ramona, but I'm saying that's how you got to, like, somebody to shake her shoulders like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing, and why are you behaving like this? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You are behaving in a way that no one is telling, like, I don't even know. It was like so much confusion. Luann was horrified. When I tell you, Luann was horrified. But at the same time, you didn't try. That's, to me, when we talk about like alphas, and I know the concept of alpha really should not be applied to humans, because being an alpha is not a self-proclamation. It is an appointment of your community because of whatever behaviors you've exhibited to show we are entrusting leadership in you. That's what an alpha is, and that's how they're appointed. No lion has ever raised their paw and like, I'm an alpha male, I'm an alpha female. No, there's no such thing. However, if you're going to use that concept and apply it to humans, alphas in the gorilla family, they bring order. They calm order. They bring order. That's why when you hear, when you hear a bunch of men hollering they're alphas and all they do is bring chaos and confusion, they're not alphas. And an alpha and a beta, and you're saying, oh, alpha is more than it. That conversation as a whole, this idea, that we can get into a whole other conversation about that. But if you're going to use that theory that humans are alphas, then an alpha person brings order. They maintain order. And nobody, to me, was attempting to bring order to the confusion. Let it go. Is it good for TV? Honey, the black people at the table were like, girl, this is a mess. Especially, was it Diane or Dion? It's either Dion or Diane, but she at the end of the table. What's his name is sitting in the middle. Lanera is the one who was pregnant. So the other one, her hair was real cute, like pushed to the side and all this stuff. She was a beautiful woman. Sitting at the table, they looking like, girl, this is a mess. This is a mess. These white people have lost their minds. That's what it looked like. They was looking like, girl, these motherfuckers is crazy. Ramona's in the kitchen. And you can look at her and tell that what she's doing, like how she's expressing herself, is inauthentic, and she's using it as a way to distract. Like talking to the lady. The lady is sitting there like entertaining her. And that's the problem right there. It's like you're sitting there as a server, and you feel like this rich white woman is in here causing all this chaos. I have to sit here and entertain her. I have to sit here and listen to her say this nonsense. Whatever the fuck she was talking about, it was nonsense. And clapping and stuff and just eating off. Ramona really went into the place where they were plating the food. They had only plated this like corn. I don't know. It was like corn and bell peppers. I don't know. Almost like a Tex-Mex. I don't know what they were. I don't know what the theme was of the food last night. I don't know. But then all the plates are sitting there, and they only have one side dish on them. Ramona, she goes, is this my plate? Is this my plate? Okay, she picks up the plate, grabs a fork, and starts eating and says she's hungry. However, to Luann's point the next day, They had appetizers there. Well, it wasn't filling enough. So corn was more filling, Ramona. You're an asshole. And that's the bottom line. Ramona Singer is a certified asshole. I don't know where you go get certified to be an asshole, but whatever it is, her face is on the damn wall when you walk into the administrator's office. Bitch, you are the asshole of the month, bitch. I could not believe it. However, I could believe it. And it's white privilege that allows you to behave like a buffoon and no one say anything in the moment. To me, I feel like it needs to be stopped right then and there. Okay, the lady, Archie, I was so mad at her. Like, girl, bring this shit together. Like, I don't know if they felt like, okay, we can't really say nothing because is this what they do? Like, is this what, it was so much confusion. Is this what they do? Archie's calling to Ebony. She's like, Ebony's like this. Ebony, these are your guests. You brought these people to my house. Sonia ended up peeing in the lady's driveway. Just had to use the bathroom, so she pissed instead of going inside. Now, let me tell y'all something. I want to tell y'all something. If the skin color of these women were darker than they are, y'all would be calling them all kind of hood bitches, ghetto bitches, raggedy, ashy, have no class, no couth. Oh my God, they're embarrassing us. Look at Ramona. And that's one of the beauties about whiteness. And I'm not white, but I've observed and been around it and been embedded in this fucking game that we're playing for my whole life. One thing about white people, whiteness, is they have the luxury of individualizing themselves to where when someone acts a complete donkey, like Ramona and Sonia, they can say their identities to each other are not communal. They don't automatically see another white woman acting a fool and be like, oh my God, I can't believe she's embarrassing all of us. All of us. She's embarrassing all of us, guys. This looks crazy for white people. Girl, you are making white people look bad. They don't have that. Black people, unfortunately, when we see black people misbehaving, we have automatically tethered ourselves to them and be like, oh my God, look at how they are making us look. Like, that's really bad, y'all. I mean, we really got to get out of that. But other people contribute to that, right? You see somebody non-white misbehaving, you feel like, oh my God, they're making us look bad. Look bad to who? The worst of the people? The colonizers? Is that what you worried about, looking bad in front of? A colonizer? Somebody who came and took your land and raped and pillaged the people? That's who you worried about looking good in front of? So white people, they have the luxury of saying, girl, I don't have shit to do with me. Ramona Singer is an individual. The way she behaves has nothing to do with white people. That's her. But it does. There's this culture of white women just going through town, knocking stuff off the counter and nobody saying anything, causing all kind of confusion and shit. Sonia gets up, she walks away, she's upset, she's mad. Like, I understood, like, did anybody else understand what Sonia was saying? But she was not, she was contributing to the chaos. Everybody was just like, what the hell? What the hell? I don't know what else to say about the episode. It was a shit show. It was a shit show. Then the lady, Lanera, I think that's her name, she starts talking about her experiences when she was pregnant and she almost died because, unfortunately, as inferior, it's so crazy, as inferior as the illusion of white supremacy and their ideologies, as inferior as they make non-white people feel or make it seem, and especially black people, there is this idea with that. There's still this idea that black people can endure more pain than the average person, right? You can endure more pain than the average person. That's why, ladies, black ladies, the trope strong black woman is detrimental and dangerous to our existence. It really is, because these people believe that you are able to endure pain to the point where in medical settings where your life is just can go like this. People die when they get to the hospital. What happens in the hospital, I don't know, but they're not listening. She explains, they didn't listen to me. They felt like I was addicted to drugs, and that's why I was trying to get pain medication. How would you assume that this woman, see, and it's the racism in the medical industry is why black women are dying. There's no reason in 2021, in the age of electric cars, that any person should be dying in medical care, especially during birth. I don't know why my voice is raised, but especially during birth. Like, that is a woman, you could die. You can die in childbirth. And the way that they are not giving women, medical attention, so many black women, go Google it. So many black women are dying in childbirth. That makes no sense. And the reason why it's happening is because of the racism in the medical field, in the medical industry. Even the way they do tests, if you say that you're black, there's a test, I think it's a blood test. If the thing says that you're black, they're supposed to use a different calculation as if you're somehow a little bit different. I can't remember what the test is, but yeah. So she was explaining that, and then Ramona goes, well, I remember when I was having my baby, I was in so much pain, and it was a black nurse who was not listening to my pain. And that's the reason why I only had one child, because I was so much in pain. Okay, so you're saying that whatever you experienced, because I experienced, that doesn't mean that you experience it, or because I haven't experienced means that your experience is somehow invalid. Like, and Meghan McCain does the same thing. It is really white culture to say to yourself, if I haven't gone through it myself, then what you've experienced is not real. If I didn't go through it, what you experienced, I don't know, because, or if I went through it, then that means it happening to black people doesn't happen, because it happened to my white ass. It happened to my white ass, so, I mean, what's the problem? It happened to me, it happened to you, it happened to me, so it's equal mistreatment. Or, it didn't happen to me, so your experience, I don't know, because that has never happened to me. I'm not even sure, like, I can't even believe that. Because that's never happened to me. Meghan McCain is the same way. If you ever listen, I don't know if you ever noticed it, and unless Meghan can personally identify with the story, she does not understand it. She is against it, right? Unless she knows somebody or her herself have gone through it. She will not understand. She will not get it. They have to have a personal connection to it in order to understand it. And if there's no personal connection to it, bitch, you didn't go through that. Because I didn't go through that. Cause ain't no way. I'm a white woman. I didn't go through that. There's no way you could have gone through that. It was a mess. The entire thing was a mess. The next day, I'm trying to think. Ramona... Oh no, so then Ramona goes, they're like, Ramona, they're trying to tell her, you are doing this and you are being this way. You are being rude. Read the room. Read the room for what? I'm a white woman. I could do whatever the fuck I want, clearly. Clearly, I can misbehave like a toddler. No one is going to stop me, right? And even if you try to say something to me, I'm not listening to you. I don't care what you say. Because how I feel is it trumps everybody. If I'm feeling uncomfortable, I will create an environment that makes everybody uncomfortable. I will ruin the entire evening. And it's really sad that when you are talking, like, it's not about the Jewish, she said it's not about the Irish and the Scottish. It's about black people and Jewish people, and how there has been a similar experience in this country. And so we need to come together. That's what Ebony's mission was, and Archie's mission was. And it's not about, just because it's not about you doesn't mean that it's being taken away from you. It's really weird. It's really weird how white people behave when it comes to talking about other groups of people. And it's feel like, if I'm showing attention to them and taking the attention off of you, now all of a sudden you need to create this hostile environment. It's a trip. My eyebrows are a mess. I don't have nothing on my face, nothing at all. I just got up. I didn't put no pencil or nothing. My eyebrows are a mess. Anyways, that's pretty much it of the episode. The next day, Ebony and Ramona apologized to Ebony. Ramona wants an apology from Sonia. Sonia was really, really mad at Ramona. She basically in a nutshell told Ramona, you gotta care about things outside of yourself. You gotta actually do the work to make the changes. What work are you doing? You could do a donation here or there, but what work are you actually doing to dismantle this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? But why should I do anything? I am a white woman in the United States of America. I have the power within me to drop a tear and burn down an entire city. You can't tell me shit. Nothing. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. When you understand, and they understand it, crying on cue, right? Crying on cue, lying. That reminded me when Nicki Minaj got on her Queen radio and said that woman was white. She was trying to manipulate y'all into this idea that white women lie about black men raping them. She did that. I just thought about that. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention that in this video, but I just thought about that. Like, she really used that to manipulate the people to say, this is what happened to my man. When the fact is, the woman is biracial, and he did what the fuck she said he did. But that's neither here nor there. But it just reminded me of that. It's like people know. Everybody knows. There's nobody as an adult, and there's nobody over 25 that you can say, do you understand that white women have the power that they have in their tears, especially their tears? Baby, when a white woman cries, the world stops. Literally. When a black woman cries, it's like, girl, you so sensitive. Get the fuck over it, girl. What the fuck you crying for? You ain't got shit to cry for. But when a white woman cries, baby, are you okay? Oh my God. Stop everything. Stop everything. Call the president. Stop everything. A white woman is crying. That's how it is. Any other woman, they'd be like, girl, get your weight up. Stop crying. What the fuck is wrong with you sensitive ass bitch? You so fucking sensitive, crying all the time and shit. When white women understand my tears, baby, they're deadly. They deadly. Deadly. Tears of a black woman, they looking at you like, girl, what the fuck you crying for? Ramona Singer is an asshole. She is. And that's all I have to say about it. The episode was a clusterfuck. And then Luann, she goes over there and she was like, first of all, you were rude. And then you notice she was like, well, I don't have to apologize to you. Luann said, I'm not asking you for an apology. I'm asking you to be aware of your behavior. You need to be more aware of your behavior and realize, listen, at this point, I have gotten up, because she doesn't have respect. As much as she says she's been to Shabbat, her friends, and I have Jewish friends, and I almost converted, you would think she would have more respect for a ritual. Like, really? Like, the fact that you don't have any respect for a ritual, that's the part that's like, girl, and you said you've done this before. So if you have an awareness and you still behave like this, that's letting me know that you don't give a shit. What else do you look like? If you have an awareness that something is rude and you continue to do it, you don't care. And then what can you do? How do you resolve that in a person? What do you do with a person that behaves like this? And nobody stops them. They don't, like, she was like, well, I just, I want to be less unfiltered. You mean to tell me, as an old ass, almost, how old is Ramona? She damn near 65 years old. You mean to tell me that you haven't learned how to control your mouth? You haven't learned how to sit down and shut your damn mouth? You haven't learned that yet? That you just have to just blurt everything out? It's a white privilege for me. It is the white privilege for me, honey. Anyways, that's enough talking. I'm done talking about Ramona and them. That was a mess. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. That shit was crazy. I've never seen no shit like that. And it was funny because everybody on Twitter, I watch it when it posts. I think it like posts at 11:30 or something like that. I watch it when it posts later. Everybody on Twitter was like, girl, this is a mess. This is a mess. This is a mess. Ramona is a mess. I didn't know what they was talking about. But it was a mess. It was literally a mess. Let's see. Ebony and Sonia had a conversation. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I just felt like it was just white privilege put on display. White woman privilege put on display. And the fact that nobody said anything like really like stopped everything and brought order. Like, there's a point where all this energy is going around that you just break the energy up. Break it up. Like, we got to clap. We got to stand up. We got to project our voice. Whatever we need to do to break this chaotic energy in here, that's what needs to happen. And nobody did that. Nobody did that because white women are allowed to wreak havoc in this country. And it's funny because everybody's always talking about white men, white men, white men, white men. White women, those are your girls. Those are your girls. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other, protect your energy, and let's get down in the comments. Peace.